Texas. They say everything's bigger here, and they're right. We've got big cars, big hearts, and even bigger steaks. This is beef country, Texas, home to the Alamo, the Cowboys, and the largest military installation known to man. So big, it has a big name. Fort Hood, the great place. It's got a Texas-sized podcast as well. And this is it, right here. Fort Hood's great big podcast. Yeehaw.
There she is, Mrs. Quarantine.
In the flesh.
In her army greens. I'm out of rhymes.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not only that, nice T-shirt.
Thank you.
Hey, she survived Grafenwurf.
Grafenwehr.
Germany.
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, look who's back. It's Brianna Dew.
Hello.
Live in the studio.
And not, echoing and
Nope,
weird on the
not
phone.
Here in the flesh.
Yes. It's good to be back.
It is great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Thank you. I'm very, very happy to be back.
So, since you've been out of quarantine, what have you done?
Well, I haven't done much. This is my first stop.
Really?
So, yes, you are the first
went
people.
Duty first. That's
Right
what I'm
from-
talking
Yes.
about.
Right from quarantine, right into duty.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes, y'all are the first people I've seen in person.
Well, and how's it holding up? How are we doing?
It's really nice to be able to talk to somebody.
Is it?
Yeah.
Face to face? Yeah, I
Face to
guess.
face,
You
yeah.
lose that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I was kind of going a little cuckoo there.
I know. We posted that dance video.
Yeah. I thought it was a good idea at the time. And now that I'm like coming out of the fog of isolation, I'm like,
Hey, my mom shared that.
oh, did she?
Yes, she did. It is on her timeline. 10 years from now, she'll be looking back and going, who was that? What was I doing?
Yes. No, it was good.
So,
Yep.
yeah, totally welcome back.
Yes,
so you
thank
haven't
you.
seen how the world has changed at all since you left?
I have not. I've noticed the lower gas prices though,
Yeah,
which I
gas
am a
is
fan
down.
of.
Wait,
Yes,
wait till you
yes.
buy milk, though.
Oh no.
It's the exact reverse.
Jeez.
Milk's gone up. Eggs are more expensive.
Okay.
People are fighting over toilet paper.
Fun.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they are. I haven't seen toilet paper.
Really?
Have you? Well,
Yeah.
who? I'm not. Why am I looking
She
at
hasn't
you?
been in
You
the
don't know
store.
anything.
I'm gonna go to a store after this.
Are you?
Yes.
Ooh, that's exciting.
exciting.
Yeah. So then I'll know.
You're gonna have to let me know how that went. I really want your opinion. In fact, can you do this for us?
Sure.
I want you to take your phone out while you're in the store and record your impression. You know, where you turn it on you and you're like filming yourself.
Like a vlog, kind
Like
of.
a vlog.
Yeah.
I want you to vlog your trip to the store.
Okay.
And because Brianna has been out since how long? When did you leave?
I left 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago. She's not seen anything what it's like inside any
store.
stores in America at all. So
Right.
when she left, it was normal.
Yes.
And now, welcome. Welcome to our world of toys.
Yes. I find it ironic that the day that I like released from quarantine is me being back now was the time I was supposed to get back from Germany anyway.
Is it? Really? Well,
Yes, yeah.
see, things work out.
Yes, they do. But everyone else got to go home way sooner than they were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But for the band, we're actually nervous that we were possibly going to return later than anticipated. But I think we were the only ones that were in that group, so
Why-
I didn't
why
really
was that?
vocalize it because we were only going there for 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we knew we'd be back mid-April,
Mhm.
but everyone else is like 3, 6, 9 months, 1 year.
You were like had an Air Force tour going on.
yeah, it really was. It really
Exactly.
was.
Yeah.
Basically, and then it got canceled, and we shammed in the forest for a month.
You had an Air Force tour then.
I did. I really did. But I did a lot of running, so.
So
that is not an Air Force tour.
No. No, you'd be on a bicycle for that. Stationary bicycles.
Yes. Well, we had no gyms, so
Yeah.
that was annoying.
You had to make do. I saw you on the jungle gym, and
yes,
we shared your picture out in the forest in your frilly dress.
Yes, that was fun.
And did you listen to the podcast while you were there?
So nothing would load at all. I could not watch a 30-second video.
Really?
Even and I bought a SIM card and was using a German provider, and it was not working.
Wow.
Way out there.
Well, I always heard German engineering was good.
I think it's good when you're not in the middle of an army base field.
Forest kind of thing?
Yeah. Because
So-
we were all out near the ranges.
So you've missed everything we've talked about.
I have.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
We've got some treats for you.
I'm
coming
excited.
up.
I'm gonna do like a binge of all of the episodes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course.
cool.
I was binging a lot of anime in my quarantine.
Yeah, you're working up to a 10-miler, right?
So wait,
Yes.
you've been,
Mhm.
hold on.
Mhm.
You were just in your house for the last 2 weeks.
Yes, that's true.
Why didn't you listen to the podcast then?
Because anime.
You got to have your priorities.
No, but I will listen to it, of
All right.
course.
Well, cool. There's some stuff we talk about you.
Oh, really?
There's going to be one thing where you
Oh.
attack me
Oh no.
because I got something wrong. I'm not going to say what it is
Okay.
right
I'll
now,
sift
but I
through
got
it.
something wrong and it involved you.
Oh no. Okay.
So listen for that.
It's fine.
Listen for that. But today's show should be pretty cool.
Yes.
We have some mask making people with us.
We do.
And then we've got a guy that uses masks in a different way.
Ooh.
All that and entertainment stuff with Blair Dupree from the Fort Hood Sentinel. Which is
With her own
jingle.
intro.
Yeah, she's
music?
got a jingle. She's got a jingle.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Oh, can't wait.
Stay tuned. There's somebody at home going, "Oh, hey, the podcast. It's up now. God, I hope it has that jingle in it." Said no one ever.
We make those dreams come true.
We do. We do. The more you know. All right, so we'll have all that for you and more. You're supposed to say something.
Oh.
Right after.
This song. Is there a song?
I guess there can be.
Are we coronavirusing PSAs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right after this important
I
message.
thought it was a song.
Right after this wonderful song.
Coronavirus is among us. Beware, take care, and wash those hands. Coronavirus is among us. Beware, take care. This is the fade. I did that.
I noticed. That was my favorite part.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
They say singing can help you remember things, so here's some tips for parents out there during these tough times. Number 1. Make sure your kids wash their hands for 20 seconds after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside. 2. Virtual play dates. Social and physical distancing can help save lives. 3. Tell them they're safe and show your love and pride. Yes, we'll get through this together. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Fort Hood's great big podcast. 50% of the time, they're right. 50% of the time.
So, have you decided what you're doing with your stimulus check yet?
My stimulus check.
Yes. It's not really a check because it's a direct deposit.
No,
Your stimulus direct deposit, that doesn't really fly so well.
no.
The money.
I'm not shopping right now, so it's like, okay,
Online shopping.
there is, but yeah, no. What are you gonna do?
Well, I was going to save it, but I had the car looked at the other day and I need new tires.
Okay.
So I'm putting it back into the economy.
Well, there you go.
I'm helping out the city of Killeen.
Well, that's good for them.
Maybe I'll be nominated as a good neighbor.
Yeah,
This man bought a set of tires
absolutely.
as a certificate.
And fix the economy all in one
That's
fell
right.
swoop.
One foul swoop.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
don't know.
Really? You got no plans for
No,
extra money?
no.
No windfall
Nope.
wishes?
Nope.
It really is more difficult when you can't go anywhere.
I really hate. No, I don't hate. I've done it, but I don't like what I need to buy is some clothes and running shoes. I got to put them in my hand.
That's true.
I may find them cheaper online, but I got to go to the store and actually try them on first.
That reminds me, pillows.
Oh, yeah.
We need new pillows.
Yeah.
All right. But when you go buy a mattress,
Mm-hmm.
this has bothered me for a long time. You go buy a mattress, there's someone there, they show you around the mattresses, lay down. You don't even have to take your shoes off. They got those plasticky things.
Right.
Like, feel, they have the sleep things,
Right.
study that you can do
Yeah,
to
I
make
did
sure
that.
it's perfect and all this. For a pillow, you go to the store and they're just in a bin and you grab one. I mean, shouldn't you be laying your head down on it?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't an integral part of the process.
What story about pillows?
Yeah.
You get these. I remember buying one. It was not uber expensive, but it was, the next layer, a level
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
whatever. And it came in a box,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it, really fancy, wrapped up and all that. Get it out. It's supposed to be one of these gel pillows, cooling things,
Sure.
right? Because it's hot here.
Mm-hmm.
Get it out of the box, sleep on it for one night, and it smells like gasoline. I'm not kidding. It was, petroleum jelly in there or something, man, and it smelled like gas.
How much did this pillow cost you? How much did it set you back?
That's about $30.
$30?
$30.
Wow, you could have actually got gas for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, and that goes back to my point of being able to test out pillows. You should be able to lay down on the pillow
Yeah.
and say, yeah, no, this is too hard. No, this is too, yeah, this is what I'm going for.
And smell it, Charlie.
But you can't. Well, yeah, smell. I think you can still smell the pillows. Now you're in
Not
my
if it's
head.
in a box.
Now you're in my head. The next time I'm in a store, I'm going to be walking by the pillows and I'm going to have to stop and go,
Yeah, that's a
it
good one.
smells legit. Smells good. Well, speaking of breathing, how'd you like that transition?
That was great.
Boom! I nailed it.
All over it.
Yes. Speaking of breathing, we have a special guest here today
We do.
who is helping soldiers. Get this. Ready for it? Ready?
I'm
Ready?
waiting.
Breathe easier.
Breathe easier.
Yes.
I was waiting with bated breath.
Oh.
Huh?
Well, I hope that I got nothing.
Yeah, okay.
That was it. That
Are
was
we
the end
done-
of it.
Are we done with this?
That was the end of it. Yeah.
Get on with it.
I got nothing.
We have Taylor Kellum with us. Hi, Taylor.
Hey.
It is good to see you.
It's good
And
to be
you
here.
brought presents
I
for the
did.
team.
I
Tell us
did.
about it.
They are some OCP face masks that I've been giving out to the soldiers. So I figured you'd like official ones.
You guys, you've been doing this
Yes.
long before the CDC said,
I've been doing it for about 3 weeks.
wow.
Well, yeah. See, Taylor's been making masks for soldiers to keep them safe during this little thing we like to call coronavirus.
COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
What got you started? Why did you decide to start popping them out?
Well, my mom's a mail carrier back home in North Carolina, and her postmaster brought them all in to the office one day after work for a meeting, and told them, hey, this is what's going on. These are our current standings and things like that. And then they said, we have face masks for y'all. We'll give them to you shortly.
Okay.
Well, 3 days went by and there were no face masks. There was no nothing. Then they finally gave them gloves and were advising them on wiping things down and hand sanitizer and stuff like that, but still wasn't giving them anything.
Right.
And I said, well, Mama, that's not right. You've got all these packages coming from Lord knows where, from Lord knows who,
Right.
and you're having to touch them to deliver them to all these customers that she's in a small town. So everybody likes to come up to the mail truck and talk to her and tell her about their business.
Sure,
She might as well
sure.
be the local hairdresser with the story she gets told. So I said, Mama, you need something. So I hurried up and whipped her up some masks and sent them to her so she had them for in her mail truck.
Very cool. And you're from, come on, that little town in North Carolina is?
Whitsitt, North Carolina.
Whitsitt, North Carolina, which is just outside of
Greensboro.
Outstanding.
Whitsitt.
Yeah, Whitsitt. That's such a cool name.
Yeah, it's not a name. It's a candy bar.
It is.
Yeah, extra nougat. Whitsitt. I see a Zagnut in my head when I think of Whitsitt.
So how many masks have you cranked out thus far? 3
Over
weeks?
200.
200.
Wow. How long does it take you to make a mask?
Depending on if I have help or not. If I do it by myself, cutting it from just a stretch of fabric all day by myself, it takes me roughly 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's
For
not
just
bad.
the one. I've had to perfect my method.
Well,
quite a
you're
bit.
on a sewing machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I actually didn't have a sewing machine. Well, okay, let me scratch that. I had one, but it had busted, and it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It didn't want to listen. It didn't want to act right.
Sure.
Right.
So I put it in the closet to think about what it had done.
Right.
And I've been borrowing a neighbor's since last June so that I can complete my customer orders and keep doing what I like to do.
Oh, so you sew outside of masks.
Yeah.
What do you sew usually?
My favorite's baby clothes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Onesies, rompers, blankets, the car seat covers, you name it. I love doing it.
All right. And this is a side business or a main business or a...
I don't work
Hobby?
because we have 9-month-old twins, so I stay at home with them. The older 3 are in school, so we have 5 kids total. So I stay at home with them, so I had to find something. I've always been crafty. All the women in my family have been crafty for the most part. So it's just kind of in my genes,
Okay.
literally.
Crafty in the jeans. Sewing. Jeans.
Crafty in my
So-
jeans.
So yeah, so that's what I like doing. And then I didn't have a sewing machine, so she was letting me borrow hers, and it's
Right.
just kind of lived at my house for almost a year now. So my mom actually went in with my grandparents and got me a brand new sewing machine
Oh, that's awesome.
so that I
Very
could
nice.
keep doing mask.
So 5 kids. What's the oldest? The oldest
10.
is?
He'll be 10 in August.
10. And then?
And then I have a soon-to-be 8-year-old boy,
Mm-hmm.
and then a soon-to-be 5-year-old girl. She'll be 5 next month. And then I have
And the
2
twins.
9-month-old girls.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a house full of estrogen.
Yeah, that is a handful
Yeah.
and a half. Do you make clothes for the kids?
I do.
That's cool.
I do. They love it.
Do you take custom orders? Do they come to you and say, hey, I want this?
Yes.
That is
I
awesome.
think my hardest part is when people find the image online. They're like, no, I want exactly this. I'm like, but you can change it. Or they ask me, well, can I do this? Well, I'm like, well, yeah, you don't have to have that picture. You can have that item, but in a different fabric and customized and things like that.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
my favorite.
family quilts.
I've done minimal quilting.
No, there's a great deal of quilting that goes on at least my mother's side of the family.
Well, it's colder in Kansas.
I have more quilts in my house than I will ever need. I have a stack of quilts that probably comes up to my knees or mid thigh.
You're ready for that
That-
big Texas winter.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what we do with. We have them piled. We try to drape them on things, and then they keep sending me more quilts.
I'll gladly take some. It's
Upset
fine.
they're listening to this and going, "He doesn't like the quilts."
What's up with that?
I'm gonna get calls about this. Definitely gonna get calls about this.
Probably.
So, what started? You said you'd always been crafty, but what
Yes.
started your love in sewing?
Well, I started with crocheting. Self-taught, well, somewhat YouTube videos, things like that. But I didn't have anybody sitting with me to teach me. Then found out my great-grandmother, who was blind, actually would crochet.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow.
So it was really, really cool. So I got really big into that. But then there were so many things that I really wanted to make, and especially with clothing and things, and just couldn't do it the way I wanted to with crocheting. So I started sewing, which I had dabbled in sewing because my mom's a very big seamstress. Like she made her own prom dress, things like that back in high school, back when they actually had really good courses for things like that in school.
I remember those days.
I wish they still did.
Home economics.
Right, where you actually learn good things for in the home that actually went to
I had
use.
shop class, you know.
Yeah, shop. They used to have
Yeah, but
mechanics.
still.
You know,
But
you could
still,
do-
I would
Wood
love
shop,
to do all
metal
of
shop.
it.
Yeah.
But so I started sewing instead because I wasn't able to do or to create the things that I wanted to with crocheting.
All right. So you, in a way, you kind of advanced.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's anything against crocheting. My wife crochets all the time. I think it's crocheting, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's knitting and there's
Yes.
crocheting. Does she have one needle or twos? Two.
Yes. I think one.
It's got one needle with the hook on it.
Yes, that's it.
That's
the
crocheting.
one. All right. Yes, she crochets quite a bit.
Yeah, don't let her go to knitting. That becomes weapons, and it's really bad for your health.
I noted.
Mm.
Noted. So, masks for soldiers. How many have you made so far?
Over 200. We lost count.
Over 200 masks for soldiers, and you're not charging.
So
for
it's
these.
not only for soldiers. We're making them for civilians too. And then I've got first responders coming to me from out of town, from whether they have family here or know someone here, things like that. They're sending my information out. So I've got some I have to ship to Michigan today.
Oh wow, Michigan! That's all the way across. That's up there.
I had a fellow soldier hit me up for masks for their mother from up in New York at doctors up there. I had to do over 20 masks for them. I've got a paramedic, first responder, a COVID-19 researcher, and doctors from, I don't remember where they are. Addresses at home. But they're from out of state too that are coming to me for masks because, and everybody's insisting on paying and I refuse.
Wow, that's so
Well, first
nice.
off, I got a free sewing machine. So that right there is payment enough.
Right. But there's the material, you know?
I've had a few people donate some fabric
Okay.
that they just had for whatever crafts they had, and they're like, well, I'm not going to use it. Here, you use it.
Okay.
So I've used that, and I've had some elastic donated. My mom sent me a butt ton of elastic because I didn't have any.
That
I was
seems like
making
it would be
That's
a lot.
That's a lot.
yeah,
Joe.
that is a lot.
That is a lot. So how do you make a mask? Take us through a step-by-step process of mask making.
There's two different types of masks that you can make.
Oh, I did not know that.
So there's the rectangle style, like what you see a lot of the doctors and stuff wearing. I call it a surgical mask, just
Sure.
because that's what people understand
That
it as.
style.
And then there's this style right here that goes up over your nose, and it fits your face a little bit better.
Let me see. Hand me one of those, if you would. Hand me one of those. All right. So I'm holding the mask right now, and it is it's camouflaged. It's in the
OCP.
Army tradition, the OCP
Right.
tradition. On the inside it is black, and it's got
It's felt. Not felt, flannel.
Pocket in there? Is there something?
No. So when I do the pockets,
All right.
if you look in
That's
your
where your
left
schnoz
hand,
goes, dude.
in
I
your
knew
left
that.
hand,
In my left hand, yes.
see there's a white line.
Yes, I see the white line.
That's a seam.
Okay.
Now
Yes.
I can leave
Sewing
that.
101.
I can leave that side open
Okay.
and not put that seam there, and you can slip in your filters and things. Now
Okay.
you're actually holding it upside down.
I knew that. That was
There you
just
go.
for
There
show
you go.
people how not to do it.
Yeah.
So this is how you do it. You got the mask.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it
You
is.
can't even tell I'm wearing it.
Mm-mm.
It won't fit on my ears because I got headphones on.
And perfect if you want to rob that bank when we leave here.
I feel very safe right now.
And you can have it with or without a nose piece. Now that one don't, and I still feel like with those, even without the nose, the
The
little
little
metal,
guard
yeah,
thingy?
it still fits very firmly to your nose.
No, that fit really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now
this one-
amazing.
This one doesn't have flannel on the inside; it's just got another cotton
Okay.
layer.
Well, I don't want to get my germs all over
You're fine.
too. I guess this is mine now.
You own that.
I've breathed on it. Well, thank you so much for the mask.
They can be machine washed if you need to hand it off. Just throw it in with all your other laundry, wash it,
That's
dry
handy.
it, and keep on going.
So they're reusable.
Yes.
That's very, very good.
Yes.
So where are masks going to take you into the future? Are you starting to build your mask empire?
No.
No?
I don't. I do not. No, I am so masked out. I love doing it,
Mm-hmm.
given the circumstances, and I will make them in the future if needed or requested.
Mm-hmm.
But past Corona, mm-mm.
Are you tired of Corona yet?
Yes. Well, it's not so much Corona. It's more so the people that don't want to listen. They're keeping us in timeout way longer than what we need to be.
I hear. Amen to that. Amen to that. How are you and your wife coping with that?
We're doing great. We love it because she's home all the time. And, with all the head of youngin that we have, it's definitely helpful. Because if she wasn't home, if they still had her in as an essential employee,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be as many masks.
Well, she might not be an essential where she works right now, but she's certainly essential at home.
Yes, very, very much so.
Well, that's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Would we like to have her on the show?
We should.
We should.
I
Is it
think
okay if
so.
we give her a call? Let's just. We've never done this before. This is
Yeah.
a first time thing. So I'm
Got it?
bringing up the thing. Where's the number? There. Is that a 3?
Yeah, it's a 3.
All right, that's a 3. Okay. Uh-huh.
That's a 3 too.
Uh-huh. That's a 3?
That's a 3.
There's
It's
a bunch
J.
of threes.
Just
He's
messing with my penmanship.
And this. And I hit the button. Let's see if this works. I'm
Hey.
hearing ringing.
we got a ringer.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, who is this?
this is AJ Kelm.
Hey, AJ. This is Charlie from Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast.
How you doing?
I'm doing. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So what are you up to today? There's other people in the room here with me.
Hi,
Y'all
I'm
can talk.
Dave.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
So what's going on at home?
Let's see, we just got done with breakfast. And I just sent them up to play the game, and we're going to do their schoolwork later because I have to do some work for my first sergeant.
Oh, yeah, everybody's homeschooling now. I forget, I don't have kids, so I don't think about that. But what's that like, homeschooling
It's
your
definitely
kids?
a task.
It's it's fun though, and it's cool just because we have all the online stuff that they can do.
Mhm.
So all the work that they do on the computer, it's all interactive and it's fun and it's kind of like a game. So to them, they enjoy it, and they're all in the same program, so they all get to basically be in a competition because I'm at 80% and you're only at 60. So they make sure they let each other know who's on top.
Well, it certainly does keep you more involved with your kids. I don't think a lot of parents realized what goes into teaching a child, because when you're going through it as a kid, you don't, it's just stuff being thrown at you. But
Right.
when you're actually having to do it yourself, oh my gosh, that's a whole different ballgame.
I think what makes it harder is there's 3 of them in different grade levels.
Oh yeah.
And then trying to make sure each one is doing whatever they're supposed to be doing.
Well, then, if the kid's older, they can be like teacher's assistant for this class.
Pretty much, yeah, because our oldest.
I saw that eye
his
roll.
sister out.
It depends on who you pair up out
That's
of the 3
true.
of them.
That's true.
That's the problem.
Dynamics. So how do you feel? Does it make you proud to know that your significant other is making such a huge impact, not just at Fort Hood, but the United States as a whole?
Oh yeah, it makes me so proud and just happy because when she came to me, she was like, "Hey, we're gonna start making face masks." Because at first it was just for me, for work, because we do have the 2 babies in the house, and I was like, I want that extra protection for my family. And then once she sewn it up, and then it was just like, "Hey, you know what? We should make our co-workers one." She was like, "Yeah." And I think the next day she was like, "I'm going to start making them and we're going to donate them." I was like, "Let's do it." So
Awesome.
it's pretty awesome, but it turned into something so small and it's gotten so big. And it's literally from the time we wake up till like 1:00 in the morning, we're sitting in the craft room sewing.
Oh, wow. Well, you guys are making a huge difference in people's lives. You're saving lives with
Absolutely.
these masks.
If
So-
not theirs, the ones around them.
Yeah,
At minimum, it's the ones around them.
absolutely.
Yep.
So, hey, we want to put out a big podcast thank you to you two and the wonderful job that you're doing supporting soldiers, supporting America, and supporting the kids. I hear those kids.
Could you guys do me a favor? Can I get a family photo that we could post on our Facebook page when we air this episode?
Yeah.
Own
Totally.
a family.
That's Tegan that y'all hear. Yeah. That's Tegan. She's
All
our
right.
special one.
Yeah, great Army family,
Yes.
and really appreciate all you all are doing right now.
It's nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it is something.
Well, for me, it's nothing. It's just, I feel responsible. I feel like I can, so I should.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a great attitude to have.
It is.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have more. I don't know if this is excitement. This is wholesome.
Yes,
We've
it
got
is.
wholesomeness on the podcast.
Hey,
What's happened to us?
2 girls from Whitsitt, North Carolina, making a difference.
Zagnut.
Zagnut, would you stop?
Yep. All right.
It's been great having you. And AJ, thanks for all you do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Stay safe with all those kids.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we'll have more coming up.
Right after this.
Yep.
Here he is, Jeff Snarkworthy.
Thank you. Yeah. If you've got a sudden, unexpected fever, you might have coronavirus. If you've traveled from or through a state where coronavirus is prevalent, you might have coronavirus. If that fever of yours, if it's accompanied by a feeling of shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, you might have coronavirus.
Coronavirus is steadily spreading across not only the United States, but the world. Being aware of the signs and symptoms of coronavirus helps keep us all safe. If you suspect that you may have been infected with the virus, call 254-553-6612. That's the Fort Hood Health Hotline, 254-553-6612.
If you've been around some place where people were infected, if you got that fever, shortness of breath, and a cough, you might have coronavirus.
Coronavirus. It's no laughing matter.
Hello? And the fun continues on the Great Big Podcast.
Woohoo.
It's a party.
That was
What?
the flattest. It's a party.
It's a party. It is.
You're like, it's a party.
It is a party.
That's
It
how
is a
he
party.
parties.
Yep. We're really moving into this segment with some thunder here, I'll tell you. The energy's high in the room.
It's a party.
The energy is high in the room. Well, we're here with our favorite segment. Wait, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
We got to have music.
Yes.
Everybody, here we all go now. Ready? A 1 and a 2 and a...
Hey, Blair went to the movies. Hey, Blair went to the movies. Hey, Blair went to the movies. And here's what she thinks.
You should patent that.
Yeah, you need to pass out the
Yeah.
lyrics.
I already
We
ripped
could
that
have
off.
joined in.
It's not like it's Shakespeare.
I didn't know where you were going with after Hey Blair goes to the movies, though.
Didn't you hear it the one other time we did that?
No.
I think that was the one you didn't listen
Yeah, it was
to.
Exactly.
So
No.
the one you didn't listen to,
Right.
Blair got a theme song.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, there you go.
And yeah,
She heard it, right?
Yes, you were gone, right?
yeah, he was
Yeah.
gone,
Yeah.
and then he was
So-
like, you know what? I don't need to listen to that one. and here we are.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get.
So it's Blair Dupree.
But she didn't join in. I got an excuse.
Her movie. Well, no. No. So
I'm
Blair,
trying to reintegrate.
Not only that, Blair
back
didn't
into
join in, and
society.
it's her theme
plus that
song.
I'm trying to introduce Blair.
I cannot sing.
She
I'm just
can't sing her own
sparing
theme
everybody
song.
listening to
Come
this.
on. You
Oh
know,
my
if it's
gosh.
bad, it's good for this.
Oh no. My bad is like the bad, actual bad, not like the good kind of bad. You know
Now
what I
I
mean?
want to hear it.
Is it fingers on the chalkboard bad?
Yeah.
Oh, please, I got to hear it.
No.
All right, here we go.
No.
Bum, bum, bum.
I ain't singing it by myself.
I will sing it with you. All right?
You promise?
I promise.
You're not gonna stop
All right.
singing?
No, I won't. I promise not to stop singing.
Okay, because once you lose my trust, it's hard to get it back.
I will. As our listeners is my witness,
Okay.
I will see you through.
Okay.
I am the wind beneath your wings. All right?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? Bum, bum, bum. Hey, Blair went to the movies. Hey, Blair went to the movies.
Yeah.
Hey, Blair went to the movies, and here's what she thinks. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Yay! The world did not end.
Oh,
The world did not end. Coronavirus is still here. Everything is the same.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Everything is the same. All right, now let's get to it, actually.
Yes.
This has got to be the most interesting beginning to a segment I think we've ever done.
Ever.
It just kind of...
It emerged from the ashes.
It did. And what ashes they were. All right, Blair, what you got for us?
All right. So, last month before the theaters closed.
Before the theaters closed.
Yes, before. I saw Onward and I saw The Invisible Man.
All right.
Okay. Onward was fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. You know, Pixar always 99% of the time knocks it out of the park. Yeah. And this was no exception. The Invisible Man was flat.
Not so much.
I actually kind of was looking forward to it, and I don't like movies that are marketed as scary. This was more kind of like jump scary. I cannot do the gory stuff, so I will never ever go watch anything like that. But this seemed kind of like suspense and all that good stuff. But they didn't give us enough backstory into the couple, and it was just kind of like, you know, there was really no arc. It was just kind of like, I remember sitting there thinking, okay, when is this going to end? You know, like I'm waiting for the moment she gets her revenge. Like I knew it was going to happen.
You know, the Invisible Man is one of those classic, stories. It was a book first and then made into movies, and it's always been science fiction, and it has morphed over time into more of the horror.
This is a spoiler alert for anyone listening, but like I remember watching the commercial, and there's this part where she pours paint.
White paint,
on him, and like there's like almost like a golf ball, there's like indents on the silhouette. So I was like, he's wearing some kind of suit, you know? So like I knew that before I even sat down in the theater. I knew he was wearing a suit. And then they just tell you that he's like an expert in optics or something like that, and he's got this Tony Stark-esque lab.
The richest optometrist in the world.
Literally. And then he's made this suit out of a whole bunch of little cameras. And me knowing cameras, I'm like, okay. And he does all this crazy stuff. He like throws her across the room and does all this other crazy stuff, and he like kills all these other people and all this. And I'm like, some of the stuff he's doing fighting, I'm like, having a whole bunch of cameras on your body, you shouldn't be able to move like that so fluidly, you know, with hardware.
But he's a master of optics.
That don't matter. Like, I was just like, this is like physically impossible.
Well, Blair, I think you're missing one thing. When you see certain movies, and by certain I mean
your disbelief.
Yeah, most now, you got to turn off the brain.
Yeah.
If you start thinking about it,
No.
it just doesn't work.
I can't.
I think it's ironic that he like helps people see, but he's invisible. Is that part of like the gag?
I didn't think about it that way.
Wow.
Mind blown.
Just got deep.
Yeah.
This got deep.
Sorry. Y'all are the first people I've seen in person for a couple of weeks. So like I've been very philosophical in my
How are we
head.
holding up?
Conversation is not as easy.
What about optics?
Optics is good.
Am I still pretty?
Yes, you are.
Very
You're
good.
as pretty as you always have been.
This is as good as it's going to get, folks.
You don't look a day over 50.
Oh. So what about
kidding.
Onward?
Onward. I loved every second of it. I walked in I kind of expected this to be like one of those Pixar movies that kind of was like, to me, because like WALL-E's a great movie, but not my favorite. You know,
Really?
I kind of expected
like
it to be,
Ollie.
yeah. Like I kind of expected it to be like that, especially because I remember when they released the teaser poster like a year ago, just had the two brothers looking at two moons in the sky, and I was like, what is this? And usually things involving like alien-like things, because I immediately thought, oh, they're aliens, you know. I was kind of like, you know, because like I could never really get into Star Wars. I tried, I just couldn't. And then stuff like that. And like Guardians of the Galaxy is like my least favorite in the Marvel franchise. So like alien things aren't really my cup of tea, but
What about Alien? Have you seen Alien?
No, I have not seen Alien.
Okay.
That's gory, man. She don't watch that.
It's scary. It's well, I guess it is.
It's
jump
gory.
scares.
It's gory.
gory and jump
it's pretty
scares.
gory.
You got to see Alien.
Yeah.
She won't.
It's not that great.
Yeah, I ain't watching.
You don't like Alien? Oh, Brianna,
I don't
Brianna.
like suspense or gory.
Already digging a hole and you just got back.
Nice.
All right, back to Onward.
Yeah, but like once they released the trailer and kind of gave that some context, I was like, okay, maybe this might be okay. So Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are fantastic in this movie as the two main characters. And they basically go on this journey using the long lost art of magic to bring back their father for a day, who has passed away many years before. The younger brother, who's played by Tom Holland's never met his father, and he desperately wants to meet him. And his older brother, Chris Pratt's character, was had met him and was young when he passed away. So they have to kind of, work together and kind of overcome the obstacles that come with having a sibling, to bring their dad back.
Cool. So you found it heartwarming.
It was heartwarming. Like at the end, I was tearing up because it was heartwarming. I was tearing up because it was funny. Just kind of every emotion. It made you feel all of that.
So it had hit all your buttons in a good way.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. But sad thing is I haven't seen Toy Story 4, which is on Disney Plus. So I will probably be watching that the next week.
Yeah.
I heard
Have
it was
you've seen the other ones,
Really?
right? It's not bad. It was just
really?
unnecessary.
Well, I've heard about how it ends, and I'm like, this is stupid. Because,
I don't know how
Yeah, it turns out they were all toys.
It's
What?
No, it's just like the end of Endgame, okay? When,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Where Woody holds up the thing and says, I am Iron Man. And it snaps it.
No, specifically to Captain America and Bucky. Like, for 3 movies, he's like, Bucky. And then at the very end of Endgame, he's like, peace out, dude. Peace out. It's like, what?
I don't remember that line from Endgame. Peace out, dude.
Peace out,
He didn't
dude.
say peace out. He said, I'm going to go back in time to marry the girl of my dreams and become old. And
I don't
even though,
think he specifically said that.
yeah, but that's what happened. So it's just like,
Are we
okay,
tossing out more spoiler alerts, or how old is this movie?
last year.
Endgame.
Okay, whatever. Again,
I've read the
Dave-
book,
Dave has not
but I
seen
haven't
it.
seen the movie, actually.
You haven't seen Endgame?
No, I've read the book, though.
they wrote a book.
Avengers Endgame?
The
Oh,
novel.
that one. Okay.
Are you thinking about Ender's Game?
Ender's Game. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have seen Endgame. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Ender's Game is a good book.
Ender's Game.
My-
I don't remember Iron Man being in there.
I know.
I gotta
I
reread
was
that.
so confused.
And the movie was good too.
I'm dead. Okay, that's funny.
I think that's where we draw the line. That's where we
Yeah.
cut this segment off.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you're going to go in there and cut out like 90% of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nothing that
That's all
happened
good.
while I was gone is going to make it to air anyway.
That's
Wow.
depressing.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
All right then.
Wow.
All right then.
We're going to end on that note.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We'll see if we have you back or not. The
Honestly, I don't blame you.
coming up, we have a soldier who is also a member of the Space Force, but not how you think.
Dun, 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 dun.
Kind of, but more like dun 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 dun.
Oh, yeah, wrong.
Twilight Zone.
Not Twilight Zone, no,
It's spacey.
Yeah.
I guess. We'll have more fun and excitement coming up in just a minute, kiddos. Don't touch that dial.
A social distancing tip.
Keeping your distance from others is important in slowing the spread of coronavirus. So here are some fun things to do alone. Read a book, take a walk, unpack your suitcase from that trip you took last September, paint a self-portrait, catch up on a TV series, do a puzzle. Remember, we should all stay home to lower the risk for everyone. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #alone together. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Fort Hood's great big podcast, factual, fantastical, frilly, and fun. Factual. Fun. Who writes this crap?
Coronavirus is among us. It's our beware, take care.
Funny. We're good.
Coronavirus.
Charlie, we're good. Right?
I didn't realize there was a country concert going on.
I was waiting for the bridge.
So we can
You've been
throw him
waiting a
off?
long time. Throw me off.
Yeah. That sounds like another country song.
Throw me off the bridge. I'm going home.
Yep.
So dark.
Dark.
Let's not be ethnic. The entertainment. We're all having to binge TV. Not necessarily binge. Just consume.
Yeah.
Coronavirus has changed the way we consume media, hasn't it? Or have you always just stayed at home and watched animation?
I've kind of always done that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. You know, I do see that on social media. All my friends are talking about how they're staying home, playing games, watching movies and stuff. And I'm like, some of us still got jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
How is the world working?
Well, I mean, for those of us non-essentials.
I guess.
Well, you're essential today.
That's true. I'm essential today.
You're essential every day.
But I was
Brianna,
not yesterday.
No.
Well, you were quarantined yesterday.
That's true. I was.
Changed.
Happy Easter.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, she is risen.
You really didn't go there.
No, but it took 4 days, so it's okay. 4 days.
He kind of beat me to
No,
it.
it's 14.
That's true. 14.
Yeah, 14 days.
14 days. She'll get to it when she's ready.
Yeah. I took a little bit longer than Jesus.
Well, the boulder's pretty heavy.
Tad.
That was a heavy boulder.
She had to make sure her hair was right.
That's right.
That's right.
Getting ready. Getting ready. Here I am.
Yeah, I got to wear my shirt.
Yeah.
You got the person walking up to the tomb. Not yet. I'm not ready. Go back. It's going to be a while. All right.
We got a guest.
Transitioning. Yes.
Well,
We
you've
have a
heard
guest.
him. Introduce yourself, sir.
All right.
You've heard
Strange
enough.
mystery voice.
Oh. Well, do you want my actual name or my persona?
Start with the actual name, and then we'll get into the gear.
All right. I am Tom Pernicki, and I am a member of the 501st Legion here in Central Texas.
But you're more than that.
I am more than that.
Because you're a real American hero.
Oh,
You're a regular G.I. Joe.
I am a U.S. Army Reserve soldier here, stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, as part of the Fort Hood Mo Brigade.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a lot of work in the past. The mission changed, as you two well know, and as opposed to just mobilizing and demobilizing some great American soldiers in support of the Army's worldwide deployable mission. Now we have a quarantine situation because of the whole COVID's changed how everything operates. So our entire mission's kind of evolved and grown since then.
Yeah, sort of like how we consume media.
That's absolutely right.
It all ties into it. So, Brianna, what does mobilizing and demobilizing mean?
Oh, that's when you send troops around the world, correct? Or send them back?
Well,
Like
they
just the
can.
travel?
It can also be here in the continental United States.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually what the team I'm in charge of. I facilitate the mobilization of soldiers, CONUS.
All right, so
okay.
it's where you're getting spun up to go somewhere, or you've been somewhere, you're coming back, and now you're getting spun down to return to normalcy.
That's true.
Just curious. They're bringing back a lot of medical retiree types.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys playing a role in that? Bringing them back on active duty?
I haven't heard anything directly yet. With the stop movement order for the military,
Sure.
the only people moving right now are medical personnel.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't heard a follow-up as to how that's going to work. Medical personnel most likely usually are going to be individual.
They're spun up already.
And yeah, so that we do take individual soldiers through the Fort Hood Deployment Readiness Center.
All right. Nice to know you're helping out, right?
It's good. It's good to have an actual purpose and to know that we're actually not just witnessing history, but we're a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're affecting the lives of thousands of people that we'll never meet, and that actually that means something.
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
guy's decisions and the soldiers he's around is affecting you, dear listeners, out there. You don't even know it. He's helping you guys. He's one of those unseen forces behind the curtain that's making your life better and it's going to help beat this virus and get us all back to where we were, which was lazy on the. We're at the same place now that we were. We were lazy on the couch when this thing started. Yeah. Now we're lazy on the couch because they're making us be.
But will it ever go back to the way it was? Or are we seeing a fundamental shift in the way our society functions that it will never truly go back to?
No more high fives and no more handshaking? Ever?
Demolition Man.
I think we're going to go back to the way it was. We've got such a short memory.
Yes.
With everything else. There'll be a period where it's kind of awkward, and then it's going to be like nothing happened, and we talk about this and we watch bad movies about this happening and say, oh, it wasn't like that when I was in quarantine.
You're going to make a movie about it? That'd be awesome.
A movie about quarantine?
Quarantine will be done.
I don't know if anyone would be interested in that.
Nice little indie film.
There will be movies. There will be movies.
Oh, yes.
There will be comedies. There'll be the indie films. There'll be a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure there already is a horror movie.
Sure there already is.
You know, I hear some people get so into movies, they like to reenact them.
Well, you mean like dress up and like bring the movie to life?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Really?
That's
you,
strange.
Tom?
I actually in my spare time when we aren't social distancing, I actually go out and I do live the movies.
What a coincidence.
I do. I do. So that's what it's all about, being part of the 501st Legion, the official recognized Lucasfilm costume group that is worldwide. About 14,000 members worldwide, 90 here in Central Texas.
Wow.
500 in Texas alone. And it's just a group of costume enthusiasts that have taken our love for Star Wars from the big screen into our homes. And some people just, they want to collect the action figures. We want to be the action figures. And so there's an official set of rules that come out that tells you what the costume has to have, the materials, and you get those materials and you put the stuff together. You can buy parts and stuff online, put it together, and once it's completed, you submit pictures to the garrison command, and the garrison for first. Fort Hood's not authorized.
Not the garrison commander. Well, the garrison commander's going, why do people keep sending me these pictures?
We could arrange that, but let's not do that. But no,
let's do it.
As long as the pictures show that you've had attention to detail. So it's a trait that we learn here in the Army, that your costume is down to the details, what it's supposed to look like, what you'd see in the movies. Or the helmet that I have here is actually from a video game that came out a couple years ago.
He's got a helmet here. It is a stormtrooper helmet.
No.
Not a
stormtrooper style helmet. I'm painting a picture for the people that can't see what I'm seeing right
that's
here.
Fair. That's fair.
So it is a stormtrooper style helmet, but it is different because it is black. And go on, describe this.
So this is the next kit that I'm working on. I already have one, which is a full-on scout biker trooper that you saw in Return of the Jedi in the forest scene, fighting with Luke and Leia on the speeder bikes.
And the Ewoks.
And the Ewoks, yes. We don't talk about those carnivorous little teddy bears.
You're the kind that punched Baby Yoda.
No. We'll get to that. That was not us. Those were rebel imposters. So, but in this case here, this is a helmet for a kit from Inferno Squadron. This is a Special Forces TIE Fighter pilot. The costume will be Gideon Hask when it's done, and which is a character from the Battlefront 2 video game that came out in November 2017. And so I've got most of the pieces. When you start to assemble your stuff, you can put it together yourself, or I'm a social person. You do what we call an armor party. Once or twice a month, people in the area will have an armor party. We all congregate in their house and help each other build each other's kits. There was one, I want to say the beginning of March or so, and I didn't go to it because I'm like, I'll get to the next one, and then everything went on shutdown. So
hey, I just want to put out that one, I don't have coronavirus, and two, I coughed into my elbow.
Yes, he did.
He did.
I just wanted to clarify. I know there's some guy out there that heard me coughing in the background and went, "There's one of the sick ones on this."
And now they're gonna say we're all infected.
Turn it off. We're gonna get the corona.
They're just gonna board up the door so we can't leave.
Okay, the sick ones aren't these guys the bad guys?
Oh, well, see,
you like playing bad guys?
The 501st Legion, our motto is bad guys doing good. But I'm going to say, no, we're not the bad guys.
Okay.
Because the movies that you saw that you know as Star Wars, when I'm in my role as TB53277, my scout biker, TB will tell you those are rebel propaganda because they always make us look bad. I mean, as a stormtrooper, I tell you right now, I can hit
it's psychological operations.
Absolutely. I can hit the broadside of a bantha. Like those two guys that were punching the baby Yoda thing.
Yeah.
You know, they were trying
punchers.
to shoot like a tin can thing like 2 meters away and couldn't hit. I tell you right now, propaganda. I could hit that can. It would be no challenge at all.
So what do the rebels have against you then?
They're obviously terrorists. I mean, the rebel scum. I mean, look at that. They're blowing up entire space stations full of people. I mean, what's that for?
He has a point. What's the enlistment bonus look like right now for the Empire?
I would have to get back to you. I mean, that is. I'm not the recruiter. I'm just a humble, loyal Imperial scout.
But you could hook us up if we wanted to.
You know, if you
join.
meet the requirements, then yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, we're always looking for good troopers because 501st Legion is open to anyone 18 and older. We do have sister organizations like the Rebel Legion. Rebel Legion is the group of costume enthusiasts that want to dress up like those dirty rebel scum.
Those terrorists.
Yeah, there's the Mando Mercs, which they all have Mandalorian Boba Fett style armor. Every one of those costumes is individually unique. No two costumes are the same.
That's cool.
Some have a lot of LEDs and electronics that are really impressive. And there's a couple other groups too, but those are the ones.
So are those all sanctioned by Lucasfilm as well?
Yes.
But you guys are special. Hey, explain the sanctioning, because anybody can put together an outfit.
Anybody can put together an outfit, but like I said, you have to follow the costume reference rules very specifically as to what the materials, like soft cloth, is supposed to be made of. It details, like, if you have a piece of armor on the back, like what kind of little things are supposed to be on there, like extra decals or add-ons and stuff. And you have to follow that to a T. And sometimes, like, the scout costume has 3 different levels. You have like your level 1, which is your basic, as long as that's the bare minimum requirements. And then you have like a level 2, which has, instead of like faux leather or something like that, there's faux suede. It has like actual suede down between the legs and the crotch area. And so some of these costumes have variable levels of authenticity. But once you assemble your costume, if you show that you follow these details, again, the garrison leader for your area will view the photos or the costume itself and say, yes, this meets the costume requirements. And then you're now certified, and you can actually choose your number. You go to the 501st and you request a certain number, and they verify that you're approved, and then you get that number. So I'm TB53277 or 23577, correction. And when I switch over to being Gideon Hask, it'll be TI, because that's for like TIE, not something or other, but like the TIE pilots. So
Interceptor, maybe?
No, it's different. Like the stormtroopers are TK, right. The scouts are the TB, and so like
TK421. Why aren't you at your post?
If you're a Sith Lord, you're SL. So there's different designations for each type of costume.
Wait, Sith Lords have their own designations? I thought they just had like regular, like Vader.
Well, no, but like your code number, like your identification.
What was Darth Vader's code?
Lord Vader.
Lord Vader.
Our savior?
Well, I guess from your point of view, yes.
Absolutely.
From your point of view. So I got to ask you, and I'd like to talk to the soldier now.
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Army soldier now.
I've got multiple personalities. We can do this all day.
What are you getting out of this? What do you get out of it? Why dress up? Why do this?
One, I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life. I mean, Star Wars came out in May 1977.
Yes.
I was born a few days later. I saw the movies when I was a kid, and I was hooked. And so for me, it's just a chance to like be a part of the movies. And then also it's more than that too, because we do charity events, go to children's hospitals, and just try to bring that love of Star Wars to life. One of the first events I got to do when I was stationed out in Fort Polk, Louisiana, was a parade around Christmas time.
Right.
And my face hurt by the end of it because I was smiling so much, because so many people were just happy to see us walking down the street. And the best moment, I'll tell you this, the best moment was this little kid that was maybe 2 years old, came running out of the crowd, came right up to me and gave me my leg a hug. That was like the best moment. I mean, it was just this little kid that was just so excited to see Star Wars come to life.
Sure.
You know, and it doesn't hurt that there was another parade in Louisiana for Mardi Gras that I was just high-fiving people when it was still okay to do that. I was wearing gloves and a helmet or a mask, but I was high-fiving people, and one of the ladies, grabbed me and gave me a good old lipstick kiss right on the helmet there.
Oh, that's great.
So, you know, it felt good. TB was feeling loved.
Oh, that's fantastic. And, you know, it's time that the Empire had some love.
One of the reasons I chose the costumes I did is if you try to be someone like Luke Skywalker or Princess Leia, I mean, everybody knows who those iconic characters are. They know how they look. When you put on like a helmet like this, you could be any faceless character. Sure. So it's not really me. It's just TB23577 out there, you know, bringing Star Wars to life. So it's not about me. And that's one of the great things about this is, you go and do these charity events. I know that the 501st is really tied into Make-A-Wish. They've got other projects they've done. Mm-hmm. They used to do some private events back in the day, but never charge for the private events. It's never like, hey, pay us to show up. It's completely voluntary. We used to do some like birthday parties and stuff, but they had dialed back because of some issues a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. So now it's just officially licensed events, or if a new movie's coming out. So if you go to certain movie theaters, especially down in the Austin area, like Flicks Brew House and a couple of one of the Alamo Draft House,
sure,
they'll invite us to come and they'll say we want this many characters, and so on opening weekend for like a Star Wars movie, we'll sign up and we'll go down there and dress up for a couple hours, something like that, take pictures of people. Or if they've got like a new Star Wars video game, some of these game stores, GameStop, whatever it is, will ask us to come out. And so we promote Star Wars in that way. Or there's just other charity events. One of the things I've never had a chance to do, it's one of the things I really signed up to do, was to go to the children's hospitals.
Right.
Because some of these kids are very sick. Some of them, unfortunately, are not going to make it. And just to bring joy to their lives. However, there are complications there. So with some of these children's hospitals, these kids have compromised immune systems.
Sure.
Right.
So sometimes they're just very strict on trying to sterilize the outfit, and it means that some people can't wear certain ones just based off a number of factors. Mm-hmm. So I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but it's on my list of things that I want to get out there and do.
Sure.
Hopefully we make it long enough that you're able to do that.
I don't know. You just started coughing.
Yeah, you're the one.
That was water. It was
there.
from drinking water. I was drinking water and it went down the wrong.
He's the kind of guy that if he got bit by a zombie, he'd hide it.
I was literally thinking that, but I didn't say it.
Were you really?
I was.
Wow.
Hey, Charlie, look at the flowers.
Yeah. If I'm not here next week, you all know why. They offed me. Well, it's been wonderful having you.
Appreciate it.
On the show. We're going to have to take a picture of you with that wonderful helmet.
Absolutely.
And show it to people because that is amazing.
Yeah, and one of these days, once this whole thing is lifted, we can have some events and you guys can get some pictures of several of us. In
we'd love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That'd be
cool.
great.
Because it's about a year and some change ago, there was an event up here at the PX, and they had several members, including one that was in this very outfit.
Oh, cool.
Was it you?
No, I don't know who it was.
That one.
Yeah, so I'm like, I want that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Join the dark side. We have cookies and costumes.
Yes. I have many costumes as well.
Yep, she does. All right. Well, we will be back with stuff after things.
Coming on strong on a Monday. I feel so low. Won't be long till one day.
Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah. That was better than I thought.
I liked it.
Of
It was
course
very
you did. It was dress up.
I know. It's like totally my language.
I don't know, $1,500 to get dressed up.
Hey, people spend more than that. I'm looking at you, Brianna.
Yeah, I've spent more than that.
Seriously?
Not for one single outfit though, but yeah.
When you count all the accoutrements and accessories?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more
$1,500?
than $1,500.
Yeah, but you're using it more than once, so it's not just like a one
It's
shot
not
and you're done.
one
This is something you're gonna
single.
wear.
Yeah, you're not wearing this to the Oscars and burning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Guess
yeah.
that's okay.
It's about the process.
It's an investment.
Yes.
It's an investment in your nerddom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
The whole
I didn't know there was like an official.
You know, we never got there. Star Wars, right? 1977, first
Yep.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I was 16
Mm-hmm.
and playing sports in high school and all that stuff and chasing girls.
Yeah.
I never got into it.
Well,
Girls were more important at that point. I was 16.
there's girls in Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, but you don't actually chase them because they're on a movie screen.
No, she didn't need to be chased. She was a strong woman.
Strong,
She
independent
was.
woman.
She's dead now. Do you know that?
Yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
I
She's
think
gone.
I knew that, but then I forgot.
Now you know it again.
Yep.
Another way
Actually,
that the
I
Great
do
Big
remember that
Podcast is
now.
useful.
I remember seeing. No, wait, is she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it a brain embolism or something?
No, I just said that just to say it.
Yeah, no, she passed.
Well, because there's
On a
there's so many
plane.
like hoaxes and stuff now, so
Nope,
you don't.
she's really
you don't-
gone.
You never know if. Okay, well that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sayonara.
Well, it'll happen to every one of us.
It will.
Eventually.
It will. All of our stories, no matter where we are,
Why did you have
no
to
matter who
go
we are,
there?
it all ends
That's
the
why
same,
we.
doesn't
That's
it?
why we do hobbies that are expensive.
Yeah, we're talking happy,
'Cause
happy.
you can't take it with you.
We're talking
life
happy,
is
happy, and he's
short.
got to
You
go.
can't take it
Carrie
with ya.
Fisher's dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's some guy sitting at home listening to this who's been quarantined for 2 months going, what? I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's either that or that was his high school hottie.
That's true.
You know?
Oh, the major here?
No, I'm talking about Carrie Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Not the major. What's wrong with you? Wasn't Princess Leia like outfits like the thing?
Oh,
for a
yeah.
long
It
time?
It was.
Yeah.
It
It
still
was.
is.
It still is
It
the
still is.
thing.
You know, she was
Yeah.
in a bikini in the third movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a Jabba the Hutt thing,
Yes.
right? I've
Yes,
seen
Jabba the Hutt.
photos.
I think
We've all
everybody
seen
has.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that ain't right.
Ooh la la.
no.
Yeah,
and with,
moving on.
with that, yeah, I think it's time to put another nail in our Great Big Podcast coffin.
Always back to the dead stuff.
No, I didn't mean it that way, but I guess it does seem sort of.
Yeah, morbid.
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
morose.
How about brightening up our day?
All right. Corona. I don't even
We're
remember the
just
song
gonna
anymore.
stay in the.
I don't even remember the
macabre.
song anymore.
Lounge lizard. Yeah.
Coronavirus.
It's among us. Da, 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 da. Da, da,
Charlie's
da.
coughing.
Well, I'm
in
done.
the
I told you it
Alps.
was the water.
Is that a bad version of Copacabana?
At the virus. Coronavirus. No.
Okay.
All right. That's how you can tell we've been doing this too long. That's how we know it's time to go.
Yeah, he's
Right
ready.
there.
And you got to go grocery shopping.
I
Yep.
do. I get to
First
experience
time that-
Finally.
the wondrous world.
Don't
of-
forget to record it.
And remember your social distancing.
Mm-hmm. Social
Yes.
distance. They'll remind you.
Yes.
There'll be
Oh.
Yeah,
there
there's
will be
little marks
announcements.
on the floors everywhere when you
Yeah.
get into the line.
That was
It's a different world. You're
I
gonna
noticed
think you're in
that.
some movie.
But before we were on lockdown
Mhm.
and we were allowed to go to the PX and go to the main post
Mhm.
in Germany, they were very stringent about the social distancing.
Well, they are Germans.
Well, no, it was
It was on
soldiers.
post.
It was like soldiers
Oh, okay.
enforcing it, and it was. I get that they were doing their job, but it was annoying because we were we were living on top of each other, like
Yep.
in bunks,
Mhm.
and then like we would
Go to the store and they tell you to
yeah,
spread out.
They're like, oh, don't do that.
Well,
and it's
it's-
like, well,
Kind of like when we put
Little
on the
late.
hand sanitizer when we walk in the building and I'm like, where do you think I got coronavirus between my car and now?
yeah,
Where did this happen?
yeah. we had to wash our hands.
Stop picking your nose.
So many times. Like I was washing my hands more in that month than I think the sum of my life. It was crazy. Like my hands were cracking and it was really annoying.
But they were really clean.
Super clean. You could eat off of them.
Ugh, man. It was annoying because I usually like to go to the bathroom before I go into the dining hall, but I would always have to wash my hands twice.
Yeah.
So wait a second. So which one of those
Use the
wasn't
bathroom,
the
wash your
normal
hands.
time?
I would use the bathroom
and then have to wash again
my
before you go in the
hands,
dining
and
hall.
then like 2 minutes later, like and they had that was one of the details was someone had to stand there.
What
and
if you
make
just
sure
came out with
washed
the
your
wet
hands.
hands? You didn't dry, so you're like, look at
No,
the hands, look at the hands.
They would not let you in.
Okay.
Yeah, they were super strict about it.
For all they knew, you put a loogie in there or something.
Why would
Yeah.
you do that? That's more work than it's worth.
I don't know. People are weird. There's
Yeah.
some nasty people out there.
And on that note,
Yeah, you really want to end it on that note?
well, what other
There's
notes
some
we got?
nasty people out there.
Sorry.
Corona, coronavirus.
Go shopping, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'm excited. It is good to be back, though. It's good to be out of quarantine.
It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
We will look forward to you more in the future
Yes.
Marco.
on Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast.
Yay.
I'm getting a
Oh,
phone
you
call.
got a phone call.
All right, that's the end.
Bye.
I've got a phone call. All right, bye.
Driving down the road again. Guitar starts thinning and cracks crumble the gravel lines. Just on the travel